Lakers going to Oracle. They take a great game. They rout the Golden State Warriors. It's basically a statement game. Like, hey, we're here to really play you guys. We got LeBron James. LeBron came in there like gangbusters, really doing his thing. And congratulations, Lakers. You got the win. However, I would have much rather taken the loss and still have a healthy LeBron James. That is the biggest definition of a Pyrrhic victory if you ever heard of one. We all know Pyrrhic victories. You know, you win the battle, but you lose something much graver. And in this case, the Los Angeles Lakers lose LeBron James for an indefinite amount of time. It's not quite known yet. He's going to get an MRI today to figure out what's going on with his groin. You know, generally, groin injuries take about 3 to 6 weeks to heal. So, you know, it depends on the severity and things of that nature. But currently, the Los Angeles Lakers are fourth in the Western Conference, sitting at 20-14. And this groin injury, I do not like it. This is really, really big. This is bad news for the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. This could not come at a worse time. Right now, the way the game is going, the way that everything is matriculating into the NBA right now, Lakers at fourth. Houston Rockets are creeping up. A lot of teams are now creeping up. They're making their runs. They're winning 7 out of 8, 6 out of 8. And the Los Angeles Lakers were sitting comfortably at fourth. With LeBron James going down, this could possibly be this could be like the sky is falling for the Los Angeles Lakers. They could potentially just go all the way, dwindle down to eighth or out of the playoff spot. And I'm going to tell you why this could happen. One of the few things that you got to understand is the Western Conference, if you go on a 3-game to 4-game win streak, because the teams are so jumbled up, you could lose your playoff spot, or you could be, you could be the number 1 spot and one day, and then the next day you're out of the number 1 spot. Look at OKC. OKC actually grabbed the number 1 spot for about a day or two. Then after that, they lose a game. Now they're out, and they haven't been back since. Well, the thing with the Los Angeles Lakers, a lot of people fail to realize with this team is the Lakers play up and play down to their competition. If you look at some of their losses in the last 10 games, they played down to their competition. They lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. They lost to the Nets. They lost to the Wizards. So right then and there, you're seeing that they only play up to the level of competition that's being brought to them. So without LeBron James being there, whatever time he's going to miss with a groin injury, these younger guys or the other players aren't going to be able to sustain a high level of play unless it's against a high level of competition. So when it's time to play and win games that they're supposed to win, they're not going to punch it in. They haven't learned to win like that yet. They haven't learned to win the games that they're supposed to win yet. And that, is, quite frankly, is very scary for a Lakers fan because you know that without LeBron James really guiding the reins, these guys aren't going to be able to maintain a high level of play consistently without being told, and it's being told by somebody that's not their coach. Then you look at some of their wins. They win against the Golden State Warriors on Christmas Day. They beat the Pelicans. They beat the Hornets. You guys didn't notice the Hornets have been playing high level basketball. You know, they beat the Mavs. Luka Doncic. So if you look at who they're winning and who they're competing against, who they're beating, it's against teams that are either on fire for a time being, have a high profile player, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic. You know, the Golden State Warriors have 4 of them. You know, they're gonna play high level basketball against teams that they feel like, okay, they're in the highlight, they're in the press, they're getting a lot of traction. Let's try to go out there and make a statement. Every time they win, it's like a statement game, and okay, the Lakers can compete. But the games that they're supposed to win, Nets, Grizzlies, Washington Wizards, who have been terrible, they're letting people like John Wall get 40 on them and blowing them out, killing them in the water. So they play down to their competition, and that's not good, especially if LeBron James is going to be out. Then you got to understand why Kevin Durant said what he said about a toxic environment. And maybe you shouldn't have chosen those words, but this is what Kevin Durant means about the environment that LeBron James brings. In terms of basketball play, strictly basketball play, And I know he didn't really do this much with Kyrie, but you're going to take a back seat to LeBron James basketball wise. So while he's out, a lot of guys might step up. They might average more than they're used to averaging. Then when LeBron James comes back in, oh no, you can't do that anymore. That's LeBron's lane. That's LeBron's play. That's how LeBron likes to get his points. I think with Kyrie, LeBron tried to acquiesce a little bit by letting them take more field goal attempts or whatever the case is. But now look at the field goal attempts on the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James takes about 19 a game. The next closest person to him is Kyle Kuzma with 14 a game. Other than that, there's nobody really getting anywhere with the field goal attempts. Brandon Ingram gets 12 a game. After that, Lonzo Ball gets 8 a game. So for LeBron takes 19. The next person close to him takes five less field goal attempts, and then less and less and less and less. So that's the kind of environment you're walking into when you're playing with a LeBron James. It's like when he's there, you're not really supposed to take like a lot of shots unless you're like a virtuoso scorer like Kyrie Irving. But even with Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, the field goal attempts were much closer. Like LeBron was taking 20, Kyrie was taking 23, 24, or 19 and 23. The next closest guy is 5 field goal attempts lesser than LeBron James. So when he's out of the game, like how are these guys gonna get used to shooting more field goal attempts? And when he comes back, when they get adjusted to taking more shots, how can they readjust their brain to get back into the lower range? It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you do, you're taking away from LeBron. Then if you don't, then it's like, okay, you're not a good enough player. And then that's when everybody, NBA, analysts, and all these other people, they call these guys kids. This kid here, this kid here, this kid, he's a kid. He needs to learn how to win. This kid needs to do this. When you're looking at some of the other kids that played in the NBA before, Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, they weren't getting the kid treatment so much, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like these guys are like in a lose-lose situation because LeBron is in, he takes a lot of field goal attempts, yours go down. He's out, you're going to take more, but when he comes back, you got to take a back seat again. And it's like, instead of saying like, no, keep doing what you were doing when LeBron was out, LeBron is going to, he's a virtuoso basketball mind. He knows everything about basketball, all the plays. He read the handbook top to bottom. He should be able to adjust his game. However, no. He's not going to adjust his game. You're going to have to go back down to 12 field goal attempts instead of going, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is something that I fear a lot because that's the environment that these guys, they're going to have to kind of check themselves, checks and balances, because they're going to be used to taking a lot of field goal attempts when he's not here, and then when he's here, it's going to go back down to the regular mean. And then the number one thing that scares me about LeBron James being out in this period of time is no one else on the Los Angeles Lakers is averaging more than 20 points. Guys are averaging double figures. I think Kuzma's at 18.5 a game. Ingram, I think, is like 15 a game. But nobody is averaging over 20 on the Los Angeles Lakers besides LeBron James. LeBron James averaging 27, but besides him, no one other player is averaging over 20 points. So you take away LeBron James 27 a game. Where are they going to get it from? Where are they going to get this from? Where are they going to manufacture all these points? Ingram could give you a game 25 to 30 here and there, but not consistently. So that within itself is scary because now you're putting these guys in a position where their top gunner is out, their top playmaker is out, their top scorer is out. Now these guys have to really learn to fend for themselves. People are saying, well, they're going to step up. This is a great time for other guys to step up. These guys have been trying to step up. They just can't step out of LeBron James' shadow. Now that he's not going to be there, all their deficiencies are going to be highlighted even more. And then the media is going to say, see, when LeBron is in the game, these guys play this way. When he's not here, they can't win a game. That's what they did with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You guys remember that. They were like, LeBron is in, they're good. LeBron is out, look, they lost 7 of their last 10. They can't win without LeBron. Well, there's a reason why they can't win without LeBron. Because none of these guys have been empowered to take more field goal attempts. None of these guys feel empowered to really get their scoring mojo going. And none of these guys feel empowered that if they continue on a high trajectory, that LeBron could say like, okay, he's doing this, I'm gonna fall back. Like no, like because LeBron loves the spotlight just like any other person loves the spotlight, and when he comes back and checks back into the game, you gotta dumb your game down. Ask Kevin Love for a while. Ask Kyrie Irving. You gotta dumb yourself down. LeBron's never gonna dumb himself down because he wants the brunt of the winning. You know what I'm saying? He gets a lion's share of the blame, so he doesn't want a lion's share of the winning. He wants the elephant share of the winning. He wants the whole thing basically. So this is not good for the team psychologically, but in terms of standings, in terms of player development, in terms of how we see what LeBron's real goal in LA is, not because he said he want to recruit everybody and all this other stuff. A lot of these guys, and it pains me to say it, a lot of them aren't going to be here next year. And we can really highlight this stretch of LeBron being out with the groin injury to dictate why these guys aren't going to be here. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.